fight works is we're going to do technique of the week. So I'm going to start doing the technique every week because obviously one of the criticisms of the channel has been I've not been putting enough on, which is fair enough because I haven't. So this week the person helping me do my my technique video is Dan Catlin, who's undefeated pro boxer. He's had 4 fights with one knockout. It's good, yeah. So one of the toughest things when you're boxing is to land the right hand. Yeah. So if I try and hit down with a right hand from here, my punch literally has to travel a metre before it lands on him. So when you're boxing a novice who's someone who doesn't really know what they're doing, you might land the odd right hand. But most of the time, if you're with anyone who's got any sort of understanding of boxing or how to block or how to roll or slip or defend, then you're going to really struggle to land this punch because first of all, it has to travel 1 metre, but also on top of that, it's got to be undetected, which is a really difficult thing to do, especially when you're in with someone who's quite clued up and knows what they're doing. So we've got a few different setups for the right hand, but one of them, we're going to give you 2 today, but is called the pull right hand, yeah? And basically what you're going to do is you can pull this side of this front hand or the back hand, but they're 2 different moves. So I'm just going to show you the first one, the front one first. So this one's, so basically it's a bit like what Lomachenko does sometimes when their opponent's on the ropes and he pulls the glove out of the way and shoots the right hand. But what we're going to do is we're going to just do it slightly different. You're going to reach in and pull the glove. Okay, so this is sort of how Klitschko knocked down Joshua. So what he did is he was using his jab busy and then he pulled this glove out of the way, which created the space for the right hand down the middle.
Here you see Joshua is knocked down. Klitschko flicks the front hand just slightly out of the way.
Dan's got 2 choices here. He can resist, which means he'd get pulled onto the shot, or he can let the punch move out of the way, or it'll surprise him, and that means there's a space, there's a clearance there for my right hand. Boom, straight through down the middle, yeah? So I'll just do it on this side as well. So in here. Boom, yeah? One more, actually. The other one, for me, is a much better one. It's a lot more clever and a lot more history to the one. So this one, where you pull the backhand, is how Joe Louis used to set up a lot of his knockouts.
So if you watch a lot of these knockdowns, Lewis touches the backhand, he pulls it, and this enables him to measure the distance for his right hand, because anything you can touch with your left hand, you can hit with your right when you're in a boxing stance.
So what Joe Louis would do is he would pull this backhand out of the way. Okay, so he'd pull that out of the way. So he would create a distraction with his jab, throwing the jab wherever, and then he would pull his backhand and he would shoot the right from there. Now that's great, but what makes it even better is he would step left with it. So what he would do was he would step and shoot a shot. So here, so boom, boom, boom. Okay, so when he comes here, there's a few things happening now. First of all, it's removing the danger. So if I throw a right hand on Dan, he could throw a right hand back, which creates a space, yeah? Or he could slip it and throw the left up.
That's right.
Oh, yeah? So he could do either of those things when I throw the right hand. So what this move does is it takes both of those away, because when I pull the right hand out of the way, it shuts it down, and when I step left, I go to a point where if he did throw the left hook, it's only going to land right at the tail end, so he's lost all his power. So just show you one more time. So I'm here. Boom. Keep that hand tight. Here again. Boom. Right, so from here, my left, he's safe from my left hook. It can't come over because his hand's in the way. Also, his distance means he's really far from the power of my punch. And then obviously my right hand, which has been pulled out of the way. Sorry, my right hand, which has been pulled out of the way by this, is no longer a danger either because it's been covered by this hand here. I can't then load it up after he's pulled it out of the way. God bless. That's my technique for the week. Hopefully I do one next week. Don't cringe too bad when I watch this one.